this could be a very short live today. It's an impromptu one. I only decided to do it at the last minute because I'm confined to barracks because of this bloody typhoon. Can't go out. So I thought, what better way than to spend a little time talking to some of my friends on YouTube? But it will only work if there's anyone here to talk to. And at this moment in time, there appears not to be. But I will persist in the hope that somebody joins the conversation. And if no one does, I will give up and I will start again tomorrow. We'll try again on Wednesday. Yes. And still no one is there. This doesn't look good, does it? 2 likes, no people. That's a strange one. But yeah, I guess I should have given you guys more notice. I don't know if you can hear the rain. It has been pouring down all day. Not surprising because we're in the middle of a typhoon. Thankfully, it is nowhere near as bad as the as it has been in Cebu for some poor souls, because I know it's been very wet in Cebu, very damp, and there has been a lot of destruction done. I'm not sure what it is like on the whole of Negros. I've heard up in Bias and a couple of the other cities have been hit quite hard. But here in Dumaguete, yet again, touch wood, it looks like we have escaped damage free. Well, now there are 2 people, 3 people. There you go. If you build it, they will come. Apparently one of them's Ellen, she's just told me, so that shattered my illusions. Well, why don't you talk to me, Helen? Why don't you chat with me? Oh, good. Well, thank you. And I do need the support. But no, we'll persist. I've got my coffee. But yeah, I should have... I did announce this in the Speaking of Asia Facebook group, and there was no response. So I don't think anyone saw it. But it's amazing the effect this typhoon has had on me psychologically, because I'm getting cabin fever. You know, usually we do stay in a few nights a week. And we went out Saturday night. We went out for dinner. Well, Saturday night we went out, wasn't it? Yeah. Where did we go Saturday? Oh, yeah, we went for pizza at Angel's Pizzas, which was okay. It wasn't too bad. But since then, just Sunday and Monday, not being able to go out. Didn't risk going to the quiz last night because the typhoon. Didn't want to get stuck in Dumaguete. And I'm getting cabin fever. I'm going stir crazy. You know, all it takes is a couple of nights stuck in the house, days stuck in the house, and it starts hitting me. Hey, Simon and everyone. Well, Adam, you're right saying Simon. I don't know about everyone. There's no one else here. But I'm glad you could make it, mate. Welcome on board. How are things in your world? Where are you now? Have you left Siem Reap? I keep getting confused with your plans. You're leaving either tomorrow or you're leaving or you're already in Phnom Penh. Enlighten me. I do apologise. I've lost track of your movements. Because I thought you were in Phnom Penh already, but you said last week you still had another week to hand over. Have you got that red bus yet? Now, there are 6 people here. 6 a nice even number. But identify yourselves. Talk to us. If you don't talk to us, there's no point. Are you going to say hello to Adam? See, she's just looking at me smiling because she wants me to turn the camera around. Then she'll be like, oh, she could just say it and I won't turn it around. Say hello, Adam. Say hello, Adam. There she said hello, Adam. I don't know if you can hear her. Adam Fente. Oh, I'm early. Haha. I arrived here in PP on Saturday. So been here for a couple of days. Man, it feels good to be here. Do you enjoy Phnom Penh? Have you been there before? I'm guessing by the way you say it feels good to be there. Whereabouts are you? 4 likes, 7 people. But only Adam is talking to me. Come on, we can do better than that. Nothing wrong with your conversation, Adam, but it would be nice if there was a couple more. I do wonder. I told Jim the other day that I wasn't doing it till Wednesday. I may still do tomorrow. But it was a spontaneous thing. So Jim's probably not expecting me to be here tonight. Glenn, I'm not sure he's in the channel. Jack, I don't know what he's doing. He's probably doing business things somewhere. So yeah, there might not be that many. Oh, Jack Star is there from a very generous super chat. Thank you, mate. We were just talking about you. No need to do that, but thank you very much. Jack, glad you could join us. Hey, buddy. That's Jack Star saying that. So tell me, Jack, what do you do with your days that you're always here? You always seem to manage to make it to the live streams. Obviously you're working from home now. Do you have an office where you work, or is it just a case of like, you're on your phone or your laptop and then it pops up that we're here? Hi, Adam. Jack Star. Hello, Ellen. Jack says hello. See, she's deliberately whispering hello, Jack Star, because she wants, but now she's going to run off. You could just say it a bit louder. Hello, Jack Star. I don't know if you heard that or not. But thank you very much for that, Jack. Going in the Jack Star barrel. Much appreciated, brother. He did say hello, but she's gone and run in the other room now, Ellen. I'm going to pop the aircon on because it's getting quite warm in here. It's been quite cool with the rain and the typhoon, but it's getting hot now. And in fact, technically it's my third time in the city, so it's good to be back. I'm in a backpacker area not too far from Aeon Mall and Naga World. Jack Star. Adam Fante. Hey, Jack Star. Have you been to Phnom Penh before, Jack? Jack Star. Yeah, work from home office. And what time does your day start, Jack? Are you an early riser? Do you wake up in the morning and start phoning like, your stockbroker and things and all this kind of stuff? Or do you just get up with coffee and gradually slide a day? What I'm getting at is, do you keep office hours when you work from home, or are you like a 24-hour kind of guy? Can you hear the rain now? It's getting quite heavy. Jack Star, I tell you what, mate, that last vlog, blimey, electrical fire. Yeah, I'm amazed. He didn't really get it in the editing because it would have been too long if I hadn't edited it. And the photography of that particular night was a bit sporadic, but the power went off. We're completely brown out, and I thought there were fireworks outside. So when we went outside, we looked at it, and it was sparking away. And I thought, this is no good. The power's going to be off for hours. We better go out somewhere. And then the power came back on about 20 minutes into it. And I've got no idea how that happened, because the thing was burning away and it just came back on. And then it stayed on until they came and started working on it. But yeah, you'd think it would have stayed off the whole time, because literally that's what told us there was a fire. It just went completely dark. And I thought it was fireworks. So how the hell that came back on again, I do not know. Very, very strange indeed. Kind of 24-hour day. Well, I used to be like that. I think it's the best way to be, in the sense that hate being confined to certain hours and certain things, but equally it can be stressful, can't it, mate? Calls at all times. Never knowing what phone's going to ring. That's one of the best things about retiring. I used to dread the phone ringing sometimes. I think, oh God, what's happened? Don't have that feeling anymore. First couple of years I was in Thailand, or probably the first 5 years, didn't even have a phone, and I love that. But because to me, phones, they were like just a thing of answering. It's only when I realised what you could do with smartphones that I got another phone. I just couldn't see the point having a phone in Thailand. But I didn't know you could use them for maps and things. So I wouldn't be about phone now. But the point is, it was a wonderful feeling for the first few years, just not getting phone calls from people. How's your back, Jack? And how long are you going to be there for, Adam? What's your night going to be tonight? What are you in Cambodia? Are you ahead, behind, or the same as us here? I'm still struggling to get used to the fact that. Hold on a minute, my damn thing's gone dark now. This it's annoying, this phone. For some reason, when it's dark, the screen goes dark, which doesn't help if you're trying to read things off it. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to this being 8 hours ahead of the UK with the bloody hours going back. There we go. I've got my brightness back. Sorry to shine things in people's eyes. Adam Fente, I have mixed feelings about Cambodia. I love the culture, people, and hospitality. Dating isn't up to par though compared with Phnom Penh or Vietnam for me. Yeah, it's very they're conservative over there. I know exactly what you mean. It is not as easy to meet Cambodian women as it is Thai women or Filipino women. Definitely not. It's a bit like Laos. It's quite hard in Laos as well, isn't it? They are very conservative countries. Adam Fente, 6:10 for me. So you are an hour behind us then. Jackstar, mate, back in the day, had a phone call like 4 in the morning, had my rights read to me by customs. At 4 in the morning? Why are they calling you at that hour? Customs in England. Jackstar, 2 illegals broke lock on one of my vehicles, got on board, and I got fined £1,500 each. WTF. Wow. Yeah, I know that can be big shit. We used to. I don't suppose it matters if I give the names of them now, the companies, but we used to have a contract with a company called I don't know what they were called now. WH Malcolms. They were a Scottish firm, and they had a hub in Daventry, and it was, I can't remember the term for it now, but it was a customs warehouse where everything was kind of sealed. They had like a rail link going into it. And there was a time there one day they opened one of the trucks and about 30 illegals came running out the back of it. Never forget the look. I was watching the CCTV. The look of the security guard's face when they broke the seal. They all come running out. I think Malcolm's got in a lot of trouble for that, but I don't know what happened to them. But I know a lot came in. It's going to work better. Try that. I've just remembered the term. The term is a bonded warehouse. It was a bonded warehouse, so they had certain restrictions and certain liberties they could still do. Jackstar, are you mad, Simon? I still can't read any women. Are you mad, Simon? I still can't read any women. What are you talking about? You lost me there, Jack. Adam Fente, I've already applied for my Vietnam visa, so just waiting for to get it approved. Going to be here in Phnom Penh until the 18th, then I'm off to Saigon. Are you mad, Simon? I still can't read any women. Oh, you've lost me, Jack. Explain on that, please, mate. I probably am a bit mad, but I'm not sure where we've gone with that. How did we jump from that to that? Can I switch this damn thing off? I can't switch the bloody light off now. Oh, it's an amateur show when I do these lives. How difficult is it to get your American visa then? I know you've got to get and Europeans and British and that don't. But I assumed you just had to go online like an Esther and you got it straight away. Do they make you wait a while then till you get the answer? Adam Fente, so basically 2 more weeks here, haha. It won't take 2 weeks to get it though, will it? Jackstar, you replied to Adam about reading women in Cambodia. Oh, okay. Did I say reading? Yeah. I said, no, I can't read women either, mate. I stopped trying a long time ago. You, was it Men are from Venus, Women are from Mars? Was it Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus? Can't remember now. But yeah, we are different in so many ways. But no, I have never claimed to be an expert on the woman front, Jack. It is particularly not over here or in Asia, full stop. Different wavelengths. So we don't have many tonight. It's a select few. Been dropping down the numbers on the old lives recently, but there you go. Can't have it all. Quality, not quantity. But who are the other 6? We got Jack here. We got Adam here, but not many others. Adam Fente, the countries that aren't visa free, US, etc., have to apply online. The processing time is 3 business days if there are no errors. It was easy when I did it last time. Online portal is great. I didn't realise it was that long. I thought it was more. I thought it was like a paper. I mean, why 3 days? What checks do they actually do? And I think it's like, the old Esther, the American ones. Like when I've got a couple of my Esters in the past, they say like you get an answer within like, can't remember how many days it was. I was got it straight away. It just came straight up. You know, you do the thing and suddenly it was there and you paid your, was it £24 or whatever it was? They were free to start off with, weren't they? Do you have to pay for this one? Jackstar, so did they come out and do any more work on your cables? No, of course they didn't. I don't think anyone called them, mate. We just wrapped them up and that was that. And touch wood, they've been okay since then. It's just extraordinary that they can just leave them hanging down like that. As someone said in the comments, could have taken a scooter rider's head off. I doubt they would have done, but they've certainly done a lot of damage. But yeah, unbelievable. It is the apathy that reigns in this country. You've got to have a wry smile. It's only when Patrick said, you know, he got some tie wraps and we could do it ourselves. Like, you know, I was happy because when I first saw that, I was pissed off. I thought, this is just nuts. Because even though it is the end of the road and not many cars come down here, you've still got like the bin wagon and that comes on a Wednesday in little bits, and they're just going to rip them down. I don't even know if if they're going to catch it, you know, this Wednesday because their truck's quite high. But yeah, no one will come out. No one, as I said in the video, they are reactive, proactive. You know, only if a cable got ripped down would they then think about coming. There's no way they're going to come and think, oh, it would be easier to send someone out and fix it before it gets ripped off. It is just not the way that the Philippines works, unfortunately. Adam Fenton, no idea what they check, but it's $25 for a single entry, 90-day stay. It's a decent deal. Once I'm in, I can go to visa agents and border runs every 3 months. Yeah, I'd have to look at that, but I'm happy here. But it does surprise me how many people seem to be living long term in Vietnam, even though you can't get long term visas. Single entry for 90 days. That's more than we get, isn't it? Because we get 45 days, I think, British. Then we can apply for a 90-day extension. I don't know if that turns the 45 days to 90 or you get 90 on top. But either way, I'm happy here. If I wasn't, I would try Vietnam, but I don't think I'd like doing visa runs and that again. They are, I don't know. They're what you make of them, I guess. I didn't used to mind doing them in Thailand, but I was younger then. You know, it's like going down to Cambodia and things. Now I've become a creature of habit. But I'd be interested in how you get on. Why do you have to go to so the visa agents sort of visa runs out for you today? Are they like the ones in Thailand where they put on a minibus or whatever, drive you over the border, that kind of thing? Jackstar, if you hadn't done that for sure, a truck would have brought the cables and pole down easily. Yeah, without a doubt. I don't know if it would have brought the poles down. Well, they don't use poles, they use trees, don't they? I mean, that's the amazing thing about it. I mean, they just literally put well, you've seen it, the transformers and everything, they just put them on trees. And branches and things just grow around them. And here is a subdivision. So we pay, it's only a tiny amount, but, you know, you get a bill each month for maintenance, which is your bins being emptied and the garden and all the rest of it, that kind of stuff. So you think they would keep on top of that? I mean, there's only like 4 trees at the end of each road. I mean, how hard can it be to go up there and cut the weeds and that down? But no, it's shocking. And when we lived in the other place in Cambardo, there were a couple of times when we had brownouts, and that was because trees and bushes and things had hit the wires, and their ARCO won't come out. They just say whoever owns the land has to cut it down first, then they'll come out. It is a bizarre way of doing business. I think I'll stay in Vietnam for at least 6 months and adjust as needed. Do you think you'll come back to Philippines at some stage after that 6 months, or will you go back to the States at some stage? It's just me, Adam. It's just me, Jack, and Adam tonight, isn't it? I totally get what you mean. Vietnam is trendy right now for younger folks, but there's no retirement visa, so I understand retirees pick Thailand or the Philippines. Yeah, I find it very strange that they haven't sorted out a retirement visa or thought about going it that way. Because it's obvious by allowing the visa-free entry for so many countries and extending it to 90 days for countries. They obviously want people in there, but they seem determined not to facilitate retirement there. Strange, really. I imagine they have their reasons. I have it in my head, rightly or wrongly, that they run quite a tight ship in Vietnam, that it is well organised and the bureaucracy and just the infrastructure is well run there. But that's just an idea. I've never been, so I don't know. I could be barking completely up the wrong tree, but we will see. Mate, as for January, me coming over, get yourself on that cheeky trip. Be good for you. Does that mean you've broken my heart now, Jack? Does that mean you're not coming in January? I don't know if I'm going to do that cheeky trip or not. I will. I've not followed it up. Soon as I've booked flights, I'll let you know, buddy. Might stop in Cebu or maybe not. Depends on how I feel. Are you still planning on coming one way? Yeah, I'll have to make a decision about that. See, the thing about that trip is the guy who's organising it. I'll say it. He doesn't watch. He's a bit flaky, and the way it's set up is the kind of thing that you go for it, but you won't know until December whether you got it or not. So I'm very lapsadaisical about it. You know, if it happens, it happens. It happens. You know, I don't know. I've not been pushing it. I was going to speak to him last night, but I couldn't go out because of the rain. Thank God I didn't go out. I was going to go into town. Ellen talked me out of it. She kept saying, "What about the typhoon?" I said, "I'm not bothered about it. Don't worry. If I get a bit wet, I get a bit wet." And it didn't rain. And as it 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I'm thinking, I wish I'd gone out. But then the heavens opened. If I'd have gone, I would have been stuck in Doomageti all night. There's no way I could have got back here because the whole place was flooding. So God bless Ellen. She got it right on that one. Even a stop clock tells the right time twice a day. And in fact, I have no idea what my long-term plan is, but I'm living out of a suitcase, so I'm flexible. Simply put, I am going wherever I get the best deal holistically. It's a very good way of putting it, holistically. Yeah. You're a suck it and see kind of guy. That sounds bad when I say it like that, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're going with the flow, Adam. The strong man and the waterfall channel their own path. I do love that expression. Adam Vente, no need to go back to the US right now for any short duration. If cost of living was cheaper, then I'd consider moving back home, but I save more in Southeast Asia. Well, I bet you do, mate. I bet you do. Jackstar, yeah, just going to do one way, see what happens. I have a few plans, both work and pleasure. There you go. It's good that you can mix the two. You're in a very fortunate position to be able to do that, Jack. 3,000 one way. Is that 3,000 one way when you were saying the other day? That's what you're looking at flight wise. That you must love your business class to play that. I have flown business class a few times in my life, but it was always because a couple of times I got upgraded. Well, a few times I got upgraded without asking. But mainly it was because of points. I used to get a lot of points when I was flying to Vegas, so I went up a few times. But I would never ever pay for it. I sat there a few times, sitting it, looking at the thing, thinking, would I pay $2,000 for this? And the reality is, no, I wouldn't. Even if I was earning millions, I don't know. It just seems an unnecessary expense for me. But then maybe I'm a cheap Charlie. I know a lot of people that do like to do it, but I always found when I was on the flights, if you're in business class, there were very few people who are actually paying for the tickets. I think about 80% of them must be it's work or companies that are paying for them. Jackstar, yeah. Bob Newhart. There you go. Welcome on board, Bob. Saw a news flash the other day that Pacquiao and Mayweather are planning a rematch for some time this year. The maniac from the other island may not have been lying. Well, I think he was, because that was about 2 years ago now. They've been talking about it. It's been muted for years. I knew it had been muted, but well done for remembering him. It'd been muted for years, and it before I knew they were talking about it before I met that lunatic. But he was telling me that it was going to. He told me 3 times it's going to be announced tonight. It's going to be announced. It's going to be announced when he fights this guy in Japan. Of course, it never was, and they just started talking about it. I would be surprised if that happens. I personally, I'm going to piss a few Filipinos off here. I think Mayweather's the much better boxer. Well, he's obviously the better boxer, not necessarily the better fighter. But I think Mayweather, when they're both fit and in condition, he's got the beating of Pacquiao every time. But He's not fought in how many years now? And Pacquiao's fought recently. So Pacquiao is going to be much closer to being fight fit. You'd have to back Pacquiao to win that fight just because he's in shape, condition. He's been fighting all along and Mayweather's been doing nothing. If they were both in the same shape and still active, I'd put my money on Mayweather every time. But you got to think, a man of his wealth, because he is rich, rich, rich. Why would he come back and jeopardise his own? I just can't see it happening. I really can't. Adam, this has been a rough year for the Philippines, almost biblical proportions. Yeah, it has been. It has been a bad year for them. But isn't it always? I mean, I'm not being like flippant when I say that, but the Philippines is the most prone to natural disasters of any country in the world. I mean, when I lived in Thailand, before I even gave a slightest thought to moving here, I always marvelled at the number of times we'd see them on the news, the typhoons and all the rest of it. Always seem to be disasters here. So I'm not that sure that this is any different. So I might be wrong. I've not looked at the statistics, but I think it's just the way of life in the Philippines. It doesn't make me laugh, not in a funny ha ha way, but people keep telling me, get a lot of expats say, don't live in Dumaguete, don't live there, live in Cebu. My God, all the problems we seem to have seem to be in Cebu. Last two earthquakes have been in Cebu. The typhoon has flooded all these cities in Cebu. Cebu seems to be a hell of a lot more vulnerable than we are here. I mean, hell of it because we don't have real. I mean, this typhoon today or yesterday, it's just been rain. And I think there's been about 4 typhoons since I've been here. And it's just been a bit heavy rain in Dumaguete. I mean, I don't want to tempt fate, but this island doesn't seem, and what people say, to be anywhere near as badly affected as a lot of the other islands, particularly Cebu. But there you go. Jack Star, come on, mate. Business expense, of course. Yeah, I know it's tax deductible, but there are other things. I mean, I just sit there thinking, because remember, I was working in Vegas at the time doing lockdown. I'm thinking, for the price of this, I can have 4 or 5 days of real fun in a very nice suite. But anyway, yeah. No, I hear you, mate. I hear you. And as I say, I always used to fly with Virgin back then. And I was doing quite healthily on the mile, so I was getting upgraded every second. Well, not both flights, but at least every 1 in 3 I was getting upgraded. So you think, well, why pay for a seat when there's a good chance they're going to pop you up anyway? And a couple of times I used the points, but I mean, because they were a lot more generous then. I think it took about four economy flights returns to get a business class. Nowadays, I don't even bother with the loyalty programs. I've looked at some. Last time I flew with Eva Air, because I like Eva Air, I flew from Heathrow to Bangkok, and I was looking at their program. I thought I'd enroll with them. My God, you had to fly like 1,000 bloody flights, like return to Bangkok before you get an upgrade. It was ridiculous how tight they've got with the old upgrades. Jackstar, my back is better. Been walking a lot more, stretching, and some yoga. Well, I'm very glad to hear that, mate. Ellen's on the old yoga and that now. She got a mat out the other day. Her and Kayla have been doing these exercises on the old TV. I should do a bit of yoga. I should definitely do something. But you might have inspired me, Jack. The trouble is, like anything at my age, I think of these things, think I'm going to do that. And I'm the kind of guy, if I say I'm going to do it, I will do it if I remember it, So I will forgotten that I said I was going to do it in the morning. And then Ellen will say in a couple of days, you said you were going to do that. Why didn't you do it? And I'll be like, because I forgot. I mean, that's the reality. Sad, but true. But note to self, remember to start doing yoga. Jackstar, Virgin, great airline. Mate of mine is a captain there now. Big bucks. Yeah, they started to go a bit downhill towards the end. But I used to like going to Virgin. They were a lot better than all the American flights. That they were the perks of the Air Force. I won't say the airlines, but a couple of times I did get upgraded because I knew pilots, captains. There was one of them once when we were flying. Where was it? It was we go to Bratislava. It's a long story. I'll tell you another time. I'll get carried away. No one is talking to me. Well, I'll tell you a story now anyway. We're going to Bratislava with some friends. About 30 of us went over. We were going to watch the England game in Austria. And they hid my bag when it went through the conveyor belt because we'd flown down from Scotland. And I couldn't find my bag anywhere. And I was getting really stressed. And they'd hidden it. It had come off the carousel first and they'd sat on it. So I'm like looking all around. I can't find it anywhere. And I was getting more and more wound up. And then I realised that I'd started complaining to the woman, like, I wanted my bag because I had a flight to get. And I realised they were winding me up. And we got on the thing, went to get on the flight. And I was pissed off with them and not showing that I was pissed off, but I was pissed off. And then just as we're queuing to get up, one of the trolley dollies came over to me and she said, are you Corporal Wilkinson by chance? And I turned round and I looked at her and I said, yes. And then she said, I got a message for you. We went up the thing. She said, if you can stop at the top of the thing. And I went up. And I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't want to still get in trouble. But we got to the top of the thing and I went in there. And I knew the pilot from, where did I know him from? I think it was Al-Kaj. Anyway, to cut long story short, I'm all over the place now because Ellen's walking out. I got upgraded. So I had the last laugh. My God, I enjoyed walking into them because they're all still laughing about the bag and that. I just said, I'll see you later, guys. I'm going in business class. I mean, what a way to, what a comeback. What a comeback. I think it was Bratislava. It was Bratislava. It wasn't really business class. I mean, it was better. I got a glass of wine and all that, but it wasn't like, there were no screens in the back of the thing. So I suppose it really counts. Anyway, people have stopped talking to me now. What's the matter, my love? Ellen's just come back in and she's looking really, her phone has died, looking really sad. She couldn't bear to be away from me. I think that's what the problem was. Would you like to come and sit next to me in your pajamas and join the live? Okay. I'm not going to turn it around. You can sit there. I promise you. I won't do it. I'm not that kind of guy. Adam Fente, I'm deciding what to order on Food Panda. Well, there you go. Adam, you're a young man. Go out. Why do you need to have your stuff taken in? You don't want to eat in your hotel room, mate. Get out. Enjoy. Meet some people. Yeah, why use Food Panda? Can't tell you what to order over there, mind. What have you got in mind? Jackster, I'll be honest, I've gone back and looked at a lot of your old vlogs. Why? I'm glad that you did. I appreciate the views, but you seem a lot more chilled nowadays. What? Do I? I think I've always been pretty chilled, to be honest with you. But maybe I'm more relaxed in front of the camera now. I don't know. Maybe I've just got more. I'm happy. I'm happy here now. I mean, yeah, I've had a few times, I suppose, in the past where I'm making vlogs, and I wasn't sure if it was for me. But yeah, well, it's good if you think that. Few people have actually said that, and other people say I'm clearly very ill because of who the hell is that? But yeah, well, it's good. I feel very laid back, mate. I do feel chilled. I think. Do you think I'm more chilled now than I was a few months ago? This is not good radio or TV if I have to wait like an hour for answers. She's like, she doesn't know. I don't think she cares. Backstar, he's counting his crypto. Yeah, that's the thing about you can't really count it, can you? I do like the idea of holding money in your hands and feet. That's the trouble with the crypto. I mean, what do? You just like make the numbers bounce around on your computer screen. How is the crypto going for you, chaps? Adam Fente, MF, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. is when US stock market opens. That's my work, LOL. I got accused of a lot of exaggerating my stock performance the other day when I did that video on retirement visas, which I know you guys saw because you mentioned it in the comments. It does make me laugh why people make such ridiculous comments, like, because it only takes 2 seconds to do a bit of research and see that I wasn't bullshitting. The returns, have, it's just like, it has been a very, very good year or past 12 months for the S&P 500. A couple of guys said they were getting like 29, 30% on those investments. Before then, a couple of years of COVID, I wasn't doing shit. I was like, getting virtually nothing. I mean, it comes and goes. But someone said, I'd love to know how you're getting that kind of much. And I said, no one is. Don't believe me. It's all bullshit. You think it's a passive fund. We get Vanguard. There's no dark magic to that. It does make me laugh, these people. Anyway, there you go. I didn't think I agree with Jackstar. I think the relationship lifestyle is doing you well. Haha. Well, I'll tell you what it is. I've got more relaxed now with the gun. See, Ellen's over there. She's got a gun pointed to my head. I've got to pretend to, be happy and all the rest of it. And then her and Kayla, they tie me up to the bed, and then I've got to stay in there, and they just empty my ATM and hold me hostage. But there was a time in the early days when I thought they were actually going to shoot me. So I probably look a bit more stressed. Now I started to realise they can't actually shoot me, so I'm a bit more laid back. Back to your box. Jim Pendergast, good morning all. Good morning, James. How the devil are you? Thank you for joining us. Glad you could make it. Did we catch you by surprise? I do apologise. This one was an impromptu one. Adam, Nvidia has been carrying the US stock market on its back for the past few years for sure. What is she doing in there? No, she can laugh and joke. I just wonder what's so funny. She's like, oh, there we go. Jackstar, I had to reply to that Muppet comment about money counting. Oh, him, mate. I tell you, he is. I replied to him, and I don't usually reply to him, but he has been on my case. From day one. I actually did a special video for him once a while back. The guy's a prize plum. He is. I did a video saying the worst thing about the Philippines is his know-it-alls, because this guy, he knows everything about everything, and no one knows anything about the Philippines other than him. And I usually just ignore him. And I did a video one day and I said, look, the thing that winds me up the most is know-it-alls. These people who think they've been here 30 years and everyone else has fallen, blah, 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 blah. And he bit then. And ever since then, he hates all my videos. He's the first one to put a like up. And I just blanked the guy. And he said one about a while ago. He said, yeah, you might be getting all right with Ella now, but, in a couple of years, trust me, she'll just ignore you. She won't take any notice of you. That's why I said in the comment, no one in your love life. Because it's all projection with these people. But no, he is a piece of work, he is. And it's not just my channel. He does it everywhere, He's a funny fish. He's clearly not happy, God bless him. But there you go. Jackstar, hey Jim, Adam Fente, save some Filipinos for us, Simon. Mate, place is full of Filipinos. I'm a one-woman man. I just haven't met her yet. Oh, little face. My love, my beauty, my precious. Wow, that is the worst impression of Gollum I've ever seen. Thank the Lord. Jim Pendergast just booked our next trip, February 2nd for 6 months. Who are you flying with? Brian Street, good morning, mate. At least you have a good kite flying weather. Come on, you irons. Yeah, come on, you irons. Hell of a result, wasn't it, the other night? I tell you, I'm embarrassed to say this, but it's true. I am honest, and you're all my friends, so we will talk honestly. I started to watch that game. I forgot it was on. I didn't forget the game was on. I lost the time, and I can't remember what I was doing. I was either making a video or doing something. I think I was watching something of Ellen, and I thought, shit, the game's already started. Caught me by surprise. And I switched on, and just as they scored, and I saw Bowen hit the post, then I saw him score, then the penalty was disallowed, and I thought, I can't watch this. I can't watch it. I know how this game is going to end. I just can't take this anymore. This whole year, because I was convinced we're going down. I've said that since the start of the season. So I'd start watching. And I never do that. I always finish the game off. And I didn't. Couldn't believe it when I woke up in the morning and we won 3-1. Of course, I watched it straight away afterwards. But yeah, I had no faith we were going to do that. I had no faith. I thought we were going to get stuffed again. But he knows the man. Now, you've got to believe it. The Great Escape is back on. He's Alan Kirbishley stroke 2. Jack Stark. It's mental he hates you that much, but watches all your vids. Yeah, I know. That's what I don't get about these people. That is what I don't get about these people. It's extraordinary. There is a lot of, I think in my life, I've left 3 comments on the videos that weren't mine. I mean, they're taking Brent out of it. I mean, because I know Brent, so I often comment these videos. And so, but in terms of negative, because I can't be bothered arguing with people. I don't see the point of arguing with them. You know, I'd argue with people face to face. I just can't be bothered typing. So I often watch things that I don't agree with or don't like. I start watching them. And if I've seen it a couple of times and I don't agree, I just don't watch it. It's extraordinary how so many people just religiously watch something just to be angered by it. You know, mate, you're right. It is an extraordinary phenomenon. It's a bit like, well, yeah, I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but you know, the sick fella who keeps making these videos and keeps popping in there. He hasn't popped in for a while, has he? He's probably due a visit. Something wrong with these people. And they get angry about such nonsense. I mean, anyone who knows me, what do you mean my life revolves around money, chase money? I gave up work. I live very cheaply. I gave up chasing money 14 years ago. Wait a minute. 13 years ago. I'm not in, you know what I mean? That's so not me. It's extraordinary. Jim Hijack Star. Qatar. They're good airlines. They are very good airlines. So you're flying Abu Dhabi, I'm guessing. Brian Street, that's West Ham for you. Always on a roller coaster. Cheers. Cheers. Does that mean you're going? Or nice of you to pop in if you are. June Pentecost, how's the weather there now? It was pretty horrendous in Cebu. Everywhere's flooded. Well, not everywhere, but I've seen some shocking videos. And a mate of mine was saying how Bias and what's the place next to Bias? Manhoyan. I think that they're quite badly flooded. But here, Dumagetti, it's like it started raining last night about 10 o'clock, and it rained for I think all the night, but not particularly heavily. And I thought it had gone, but this afternoon about 2-3 o'clock, it started raining heavily. And it got windy, and I thought, right, it's starting to hit now. So I made a little video, but it's calmed down now. And the last time I looked at the forecast, they said it would arrive Tuesday evening, and it would be gone by Wednesday morning. So I think it's passed us by. I don't think there's much more of it. It's just irritating because you can't really go out. You know, just don't want to get soaking on the scooter. You really do get wet if you get caught in the rain here. So yeah, that's been the negative part of it. Can't really complain. We're not being flooded, but just can't really go out. So I've been getting a bit bored, stuck in the house. But there you go. Couldn't go to my quiz last night. And I was called a pussy by my team members for not coming out. Well, they're in cars. They could have picked me up. Jackstar, yeah, tell me about Liverpool performance. They're not playing well, but won. The low intensity is so apparent. The Canate is a liability, a joke. Are you still top of the table, though? I must be honest, I've not looked at I know you were strong favourites at the start of the season. Tim Murray, good morning, afternoon, evening all. Well, hello, Tim. Welcome on board, mate. How are you? How is life on the Isle of Wight? Jackstar, exactly. Back in the day when I only had 4 channels, if you didn't like something, turn over and don't watch it. Yeah, extraordinary. Extraordinary. It's very easy. There's a button you can press where it makes your channel invisible. So the people who are bothering you can't see it. But I never bother pressing it because I always find this chap fascinating. Because I just think, is he going to watch this week? Because I know it's him. Every video I put up, I get a dislike, 1 dislike. Most of my videos get 1 dislike. Some get as many as 8 if it's like a big one. But I know it's him. It's extraordinary. I don't know what island he's on, but the bloke's clearly got a screw loose. And it's all because I accuse him of being a know-it-all. And he said where he came from, people respect know-it-alls because they know what they're talking about, or something ridiculous like that in the comments. And I thought, well, That's not what a know-it-all is, isn't it? That's not the definition. If they knew everything, they'd be wise. They wouldn't be know-it-alls, would they? But there you go. And in fact, I 100% agree with you. If I don't like a vid, I just don't watch it and definitely don't comment something negative. Pointless, in my opinion. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's strange. Tim Murray, good morning, afternoon. I've already done that, haven't I? I do apologise. But I've gone back. I've jumped. I'm not very good at this, am I? Amateur night. Jim, yes, good times with guitars. Stop over Doha. Yeah, you don't mind paying £11 a pint at Doha Airport. I bet it's more than that now, isn't it? Jackstar, Big Tim in the house. Tim Murray, LOL. Jackstar, hit the like, share the love, guys and girls. Yes, please do. Thank you, Jack. I'm very remiss when it comes to asking people to do that. And YouTube is stealing my likes. They're stealing my likes. I'll say it now. I might get in trouble with them. We did a live the other day, and I said to Wen, I said, look at this. I had 25 likes, and then in the morning when we looked at it, it was down to 19. How does that happen? Unless people are coming back and taking them. I don't get it. It's very strange behaviour. But I appreciate that, Jack. It would be nice if the other 5 people who are watching who haven't liked yet liked. But if they don't want to, up to them. There's no pressure. If you don't like it, don't like it. But if you do, share the love. Tim Murray, glad you're mobile now, Jack. Top man. Yes, it is wonderful news that his back is back in working order. Do you ever wear a brace or anything like that? Do you have to wear certain things? You know, I mean, for your back, not for your sexual pleasure. But are there things like that you've tried in the past or they've suggested to you? Adam Fenton, have you turned off auto dubbing on your settings? I heard from Sunshine Shoulder that his views dropped a lot once YouTube secretly turned on that setting on all channels a couple of months ago. I have turned off my auto dubbing. Yeah. Why is he saying that's a good thing or a bad thing? So he's suggesting you turn it off, is it? Because yeah, I did turn it off because it's ridiculous. I had a copyright strike, and if you've got the auto dubbing on, you can't edit the video, and there's no going back then. So you've only got one choice, and that's to delete the video. So I did take it off, but then again, that's probably about the time my views started dropping down. So maybe by turning that off, then it is that's caused it. But he's a strange bloke, Sunshine, in the sense that I don't watch a lot of vlogs, as I've said many times, at the risk of being repetitive. But I've watched Sunshine about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times in the last year. And each time he has been complaining that the algorithm is punishing or pushing him down on the views and things. And I've never heard another vlogger complain about that. I complained about it once, but so it's interesting. I'm just saying that's why I'm commenting now, because you're saying he's moaning about it now. I'm not moaning, I'm not criticising him for it. But he must talk about that a lot, because I thought, yeah, because he reckons that his views were dropping by huge numbers. I mean, mine are dropping now, but I just put it down to the fact that YouTube doesn't think my content is good enough to push out there, and YouTube may well be right. You know, who am I to judge? But yeah, I know the videos I saw, he feels quite hardly done by, rightly or wrongly. He's always a hell of a lot more views than I do. I wouldn't be complaining if I was him. I'd be very happy to get that many. Or on Simon's vlog, hit the hype. Yes, thank you very much. Not the vlogs. Save the likes for the videos. The vlogs don't do shit in views. You can give them a million hypes. To be honest with you, I only do those vlogs for you chaps because I know you guys are interested in, like, you know, my life over here. I know they'll never get many views, so I kind of give up on them. I like to try and get the views on the videos when I talk about, you know, serious subjects which people will be more interested in. Yeah, so please don't waste them on my vlogs. Nothing will get them up the old viewing charts. But I really appreciate the suggestion, mate. I really do. And I know vlogs, not vlogs, hypes are hard to come by. What do you get, 3 a week or something like that? Still haven't worked out how to use mine. Tim Murray, I wear a bra. Too much information. No. Are you sure that's Tim Murray and not Tim Curry? Rocky Horror Picture Show. He used to wear a bra. Is he still alive, Tim Curry? I was thinking about him the other day for some reason. I think you probably look very well in a bra, Tim. I can see you on your yacht now with your bra. Adam Fente, he's saying turning it off brought back his views. YouTube stole views. Stole views. That's a strong way of putting it. Well, it take a lot of my likes. I sometimes when I'm bored, I'll watch the algorithm going up, and you'll have like, I don't know, 75 views an hour, and you look again, it'll be down to 73. They just take them off. And if they're doing that to everybody, pocketing that, don't want to make any accusations. That's a fair few quid if they're doing that to every video. But yeah, mine don't get pushed out again now. It's like I used to know a pattern. It's just gone. I don't. Someone was telling me today I should do more videos, horror stories, and sent me some links to some terrible things. Some guy reckoned that 65% of all the expats that come over here go bankrupt in 6 months and go home, and it's a story that no one talks about. And this video had got like 35,000 views. And he said you should do videos like that. And I thought, well, I'm not going to. It's not true. It's not true. Where would you find that statistic? I'm telling you, 65% of the expats that come here do not go bankrupt within the first 6 months. Just not true. But there we go. Jackstar, no, I wouldn't wear anything to rely on to weaken my core or muscles. Okay, fair enough. I asked and you have answered. I'm guessing they never suggested that, or you just wouldn't do it anyway. You ignore their suggestions. See, I don't know what your injury is here. I'm thinking like the base of your back, like a weightlifting belt, but that might not be where your injury is. I know nothing about these things, so yeah, I was just asking out of curiosity, not because I've got any expertise in the matter. British Clicano. Yeah, I say Cl because I'm used to the double L's in Welsh, but I bet that's not how you pronounce it. Any plans for your next trip in the fields or abroad? Yes, we are going to Vietnam in a month. We're going to Vietnam for Christmas. So yes, we will be away shortly. It is creeping up, Ellen. It is not that far away, is it? It is 7 weeks. Is it 7 weeks? No, it's not 7 weeks. Yeah, it's about 6 weeks. Jim Pendergrass, how is the jacuzzi going? Have you tried it yet? No, I haven't tried it yet, mate. I don't know if we ever will. Kayla had fun. She went in it a few times, but yeah, we might do one night. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to. I might tell you what. We might do the next live stream from the jacuzzi. Wouldn't that be funny? Ellen just rolled her eyes then. That would be good. She is the clumsiest woman I've ever met. I often call her Mrs. Bean. I'm sure she will knock the laptop or whatever into the jacuzzi, and we will be electrocuted live on stream. And it will be one of the highest viewing vlogs, live streams in history, but we'll be dead. But there you go. Why don't we do it? I tell you what, though, if we did it, it'd be bloody noisy. That jacuzzi is noisy. Global Greg. Hello, mate. The time change here last weekend screwed me up, or I would have been here earlier. How's it going? It's going well, mate. How are you back in the land of opportunity? Have you has your thought process? Have you come to a decision yet? Are you coming to live here, or are you still mulling it over? Are you glad to be back, or do you miss the feels? And do you miss that little lady that you took to the bingo? That's a hell of a romantic place to take a woman out on a date, mate. Take her to the bingo. It's old school dating, old school dating. Tim Murray, I love jacuzzis because you can fart and get away with it. Yeah, I tell you what, if we had a bath, Ellen would turn it into a jacuzzi. There's something wrong with that young lady. That's not true. You would never do such a thing. You're such a lady. Adam Fenton, I appreciate your slice of life vlogs. I love that term, slice of life, Adam. Thank you. You have broadened my vocabulary. It's a shame the negativity sells and sex sells, but that's the game of the media, it seems. Yes, if it bleeds, it leads. That's what they say in the media, isn't it? That's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not adverse to saying a telling a sad tale if I know it to be true. You know, I did think about it the other day. Next time I go out with some friends up in Valencia, I don't really go up there anymore. I should ask them if they've got any horror stories. Because if it's something that's happened to someone I know or someone I know of, and it's a real thing, I'll talk about it. The trouble is, with half of these ones, which are coming out all the negative crap, they're making it up. Like that bloody idiot over there, I can't remember his name now, the one who put those knives in the door and said that this guy had been attacked. Just all bullshit. You know, they're just, you know, just make things up for the clicks. I'm not doing that. Tim, good jacuzzi comment. Really? I thought he lowered the tone. I thought a man with a surname like yours, Pendergrass, you wouldn't appreciate that kind of humour, James. Jackstar, Adam, I agree. I'd rather have a straight talking, no bullshit kind of guy. Also, it's Steinman's stunning personality. I'm here. Hey, Jack, I tell you what, my head won't fit through the door. Ellen's going like, because she thinks, yeah, he's saying nice things about me. These are nice people. I'm a nice guy. Why can't you appreciate me?
Huh? I just said thank you earlier.
For what?
For food.
Okay, she thanked me. You cooked it. Ricky, good evening from Cyber Cow. Patya, first time back since COVID. What happened to the quality of the brasses? Mate, yes. Have you noticed they have all aged by about 20 years? Ellen could not get her head around that. I had heard about it. You know, I had heard about it. But she's like, the first couple of days, she's like, you know, why are these young guys with these old women? I mean, what's going on? I said, it never used to be like that. Never used to be like that. But, you've seen it, mate. Yeah, it's extraordinary when you see, you know, when I first went there, you would see 22, 23-year-old women walking down the road with 70-year-old guys. Now you see 30-year-old guys walking down the road with 70-year-old women. The whole thing has gone in reverse. Well, I know 70 is an exaggeration, and you've told me a million times not to exaggerate. I know, sweetheart. Yes, if you want someone of the younger age group, I imagine you have to go in front in one of the go-go's. We did not go in a go-go bar when we were there, but I imagine they're younger in there. But yeah, it has changed. Probably good if you're in a relationship, you go to your girlfriend, you're not going to be tempted to go astray, are you? But extraordinary how it has changed. I couldn't get my head around that. Adam Fenton, me too, Jackstar. I like to cut the bullshit and get straight to the meat. There you go. You got compliment there, Adam. She said he's so witty. She does like you. I think she won't admit it, but she harbours a certain affection for Americans. She does like the septics. I've noticed that.
What?
Septic tanks, Yanks. You do like Americans. What does what mean? It's rhyming slang. Septic tanks, Yanks. Never mind. Global Greg, still mulling, but I'd say I'm leaning towards moving than not now. Really? Got some things to take care of here, so it'll probably be spring 2026 at the earliest if it happens. Well, you obviously are drawn to. She must have made a hell of an impression, that bird you met, mate, because I had the impression you were leaning strongly towards not moving. There you go. What a difference a girl makes. Or maybe I'm wrong. I think your dog will like it over here. You can bring him round to play with ours. Larry Fournier, always good to catch you live, Simon. Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. Well, thank you very much for joining Trinidad and Tobago. I have never been there. Welcome. Global Greg, regarding the girl on the bingo, she got so excited when I mentioned it, I just had to take her. LOL. We have not been back since. We have not been for a few weeks. Might go next week. Got a mate called Joe. I think you met Joe at the quiz. That American guy. He's from the south somewhere. I don't know where. But he started going on the Tuesday because he was like, "Why aren't you going to the bingo?" And I said, "Well, we did the first few weeks, but kind of wore off. I don't know. Maybe we'll get back into it." Tim Murray, I've never taken a lady up the bingo before. If Ellen wasn't here, I would tell you an X-rated story that happened along. I probably get in trouble anyway saying that. No, I'll tell you afterwards. No, because it might be a bit rude. It might be a bit rude. I don't want to. Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, Jackstar, I've only been in 5 go-gos a while back. Nice looking women. I'm not sure I'd like to go in now. Probably be like walking around Walmart oldie. Yeah, well, I think they always made more money, didn't they, on the bar fights and that. I've been in. I think if you put them together, all the ones I've been in, it'd probably be 5 as well. But there's no doubt in there the girls tend to be a lot younger and better looking. I mean, the way it was when I was there, when you talk to people that work there, the best looking ones work in the go-go bars or they're freelancers. And the not so attractive ones with the bubbly personalities end up in the as bar girls. That tends to be the way it works. But as I say, we never went in. We talked about it a couple of times. Ellen was like, she might want to go in and see what one was like in there. And I said, well, not really my thing. But each night we were going, then we didn't end up going home. So it never happened. So I don't know. But apparently there's a few of the ones. What was that one called? Apparently there's one, if you're still there, Ricky, apparently there's one called Kink that will open your eyes if you go in there. Apparently, so there are some extraordinary things going on the top floor. So we never went in, but a guy was telling me about it, and it sounded like good family fun. Ricky, you're absolutely right. Seems like they take the hottest chicks and put them in the go-go bars, like pin-ups and excess. Yeah. Jim Pendergast, you have not put the Xmas tree up yet. We don't have a Christmas tree. Ellen is talking about getting one. I might get her one, but they are extraordinarily expensive over here. We won't be there. I thought I might get one the other day when I was in LPI, but you're talking like £150 for one that you'd get for like £20 on eBay. I mean, just like crappy little green plastic tree, like extraordinary out of principle. I thought I'm not getting that. It's one of those things. Some things in the Philippines are just inexplicably expensive, and Christmas tree seems to be one of them. Global Greg, haha, the bird has nothing to do with the decision. Actually, she ghosted me after I was back in the US. Fine by me. Not into LDR, but certainly the better opportunities with women is a factor. Yes, it is not too difficult. Global Greg, you're in the chat now. I'm glad you're here. Have you smashed the like button, mate? Got to get the numbers up. Got to get the numbers up. Larry Fornillier, have I pronounced your name right? Tell us a little bit more about yourself, mate. I'm fascinated by chatting to someone from Trinidad and Tobago. Are you retired? What do you do? Are you from there originally, or tell us more? Jackstar, in my early days, a lady joined me after going in a go-go, having some food, and was asking what her monthly allowance was, etc. I said, I don't think so. Put my money on the table and left. Good move, mate. Good move. Good move. Yeah, it's amazing how forward someone can be over there. It really is. I must admit, anyone who knows me will know I'm not approved. Quite the opposite. But I must admit, what's going on now? Why are you whispering? Anyway, why don't you try and make a bit more noise? Ricky, yeah, visited Kink before. Too much for me, to be honest. Yeah, I've never been there. Never been there. But we were talking. I spoke to this guy a couple of days. Met me in time, and he was there next night, and I was chatting to him. What was the name of that English guy I was talking to in time? Can't remember his name. I think it was Jason or something like that. And he was talking about how things had changed and bars and all that. And he said he'd been to any go-go bar. I kept saying, well, we're talking about it, and he kept pushing us towards time. And I was like, well, what goes on there? And as he was telling me, I thought, well, there's actually no way in God's name I'm taking Ellen there. Not going to go into it. It's a family show, but yeah, he reckons some of the stuff on the top floor was not for the faint-hearted, shall we say. Adam Fente, did you hear about the new policy Vietnam is doing to make English mandatory for the first grade nationwide, part of their new education reforms passed last month? No, I did not know anything about that. There you go. Probably a good move, or definitely a good move. It can only be beneficial to learn English. It can only be beneficial to learn Mandarin. It can only be beneficial to learn Spanish. I was diving once in Egypt, and I met this guy who was the chief tax inspector for Switzerland. Now, given what goes on in Switzerland, he was Italian by birth, and that's an important job in Switzerland. You think all the taxes and that they got over there and things. And he could speak damn good English, and he travelled a lot for work. And he was saying, if you can speak a bit of Spanish, speak a bit of English, a little bit of Mandarin, there is nowhere in the world you will go where you won't be able to talk to people. I think he's probably right. Not sure where the Mandarin would help you outside China, but certainly, thank you very much. Look at that. This relationship is constantly giving. She's given me, I don't know what this is, but thank you very much. Global Greg just hit the like for you. Thank you, Greg. Much appreciated. You will forever have a place in my heart. Thank you, mate. Ricky, where are the Xmas lights and decorations? Why are you not in a festive mood? What are you talking about? Look at that. 3 Christmas trees. 3 little Christmas trees. You know what I'm saying? And next are the Christmas candles. You know, they weren't there before. These are all part of the Christmas festivities. Pillar number 1, let it snow. Frosty the Snowman. A snowflake. Merry Christmas, everybody. What are you talking about? We're very festive here. I mean, yeah, I should have said that, Jim. We've got 3 Christmas trees. Not 1, not 2, but 3. All Ellen's doing, but there you go. Jim, Nora makes her own Xmas tree out of bamboo twigs. There you go, Ellen. That's the next thing. You're going to make
Where can we get bamboo?
Where can we? She just says, where can we get bamboo? We're living in the Philippines, for God's sake. Get bamboo everywhere. Not hard to get bamboo. Yeah, that's your mission. Make a bamboo Christmas tree. I'll help you. All we need is some bamboo, some double-sided sticky tape, and we will be away. Does anyone know where you get double-sided sticky tape? I want you to make me laugh, that and Blue Peter. I have never seen it for sale anywhere. At Invent, I love the holiday spirit. Ha. There you go. You see? It's a festive house. It's the way we roll. Ricky, next week we want to see a Christmas sweater. Well, you will be bitterly disappointed, Ricky, I'm afraid. You know, I can't see that happening. I don't think I've ever worn a Christmas sweater in my life. That I can recall. And there's no way I'll be wearing a Christmas sweater in this heat. But, if you could even get a thing over here. What? I beg your pardon?
I like to wear one.
You like to wear a jumper in the Philippines?
No.
That's a jumper. Okay.
They're just not selling it.
Yeah, well, exactly. They're not selling it. How can you wear it? Jackstar, oh, was there a big Halloween party at all? Yeah, I think there was, but we didn't go to it. We had a Halloween quiz on the Thursday, and then Friday night was when we had the brownout, not the brownout, you know, the fire. So we went up. Well, you saw what we did. We went up to Sans Rival. Wasn't good. That didn't like that place. Ellen liked it. I didn't. I thought the food was there's much better restaurants than that. Would not go again. But there you go. Unless she forced me into it, but I didn't enjoy that. But afterwards, we didn't know if there was any brownout, whether the power had come back on or not. So I text Patrick, assuming he would be home, and said, "Is the power back on yet?" And he never replied. So we went for a nice little walk down the boulevard, and we minced around for a few hours and had a nice night. Kayla had a nice milkshake and all this. And we just spent it out. It was nice, and I really enjoyed walking the beach. But then when we got back, I realised I hadn't texted Patrick because he never replied. I'd actually texted Ellen, which was stupid. But had I not texted him, text her by accident, he would have told us the power's on, we'd have come home. So I'm glad I texted the wrong person. Anyway, the point is, because of that, really forgot that it was Halloween. When we were down the boulevard, there were a few people in fancy dress, like, you know, with their heads cut off and things, and you could have photographs and that taken with them. But the next day, I had a message from a couple of friends there'd been a big party at Fibber McGee's, and everyone was dressed up and all that. But
bar hopping.
what?
They were bar hopping.
Who was bar hopping?
people that goes to Cyber, they would go River Magias and why not?
Well, anyway,
I don't know what that
there was
was.
quite a bit going on, but we missed it. So I'd completely forgotten it was Halloween. So it all kind of went. I saw a few people dressed up. What? I'm trying to do a live stream here. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to just, if you sit next to me and talk to the people, or sit over there and forever hold your peace, young lady. It's very confusing. Global Greg, did you end up having a great new phone after I overheated during our interview? And to get a new phone? No, it's never overheated again. You're hot stuff, Greg. I don't know what it is, what you did to that phone, but I'm on it now. It has never overheated since. I've done several vlogs since. I don't know what the hell happened that day because it was like every 5 minutes it was overheating. Very strange. Maybe it's like you said, maybe I had an app running that I didn't realise. But I said to Wellen afterwards, this is no good. I'm doing a live tonight. The other day when I interviewed Greg, it kept overheating. He's never done that before. He's never done it since, mate. So very strange. I'd forgotten about that. Larry Fonelier. I'm a chef, single and loving life in the Caribbean. I have dual citizenship. I used to live in the US. I moved back to here 24 years ago. I was recently in the US, but that place is cooked. Well, there you go. Single and loving your life in the Caribbean. I'm sure if you are single, Caribbean is a great place to live, mate. Yeah, never been to the Caribbean. What? It's the Caribbean islands. It's an area. So you're talking to me again. Come and sit here if you want to be part of the chat. She's like that. I'll tell you now.
Isn't just like that.
During the week.
If I'm curious about something, I'm gonna ask you right away because I tend to forget it after. So why wait?
There's one way to stop this. Anyway, she doesn't talk to me during the week. I will talk to her and she'll be on her phone and she will ignore me. She will ignore me. The second we get to the quiz and I start asking questions, I've got a microphone in hand, she will just chat away regardless. Won't stop talking. Verbal diarrhea.
I'm asking about the question.
Jack Star, what are you guys up to this week? What? So I've got Kayla crawling around behind the couch. I don't know. There must have been something in those crisps. So what are you guys up to this week? Anything interesting? I'm meeting my eldest daughter again, which is a good thing. Then heading down to where end of the week maybe. Well, I'm very glad to hear that you are meeting your eldest again. I hope lunch went well the other day. Did you have anything nice? God, can you hear that rain? So why can I hear them? Is that because she opened the door? It just start raining. Anyway, comes and goes. The rain does come and go. I don't know. I don't think we've got anything planned this week. Kayla is probably going home tomorrow, depending on the weather. She was going to go home on Monday, but school's been shut for the last 2 days because of the typhoon. Haven't really planned anything past that, have we? Have we got anything planned for the weekend? I mean, where? Oh, God, I forgot about that. I might be going up to the mountains to meet Ellen's family at the weekend. I had completely forgotten about that. That has killed my mojo now. God. Yeah, so there you go, Jack. We might be going up to the mountains this weekend. Mind you, isn't there talk the super typhoon might hit this weekend? There's another typhoon coming, a super typhoon hitting Friday. I hope that doesn't stop our trip. I hope that doesn't stop our trip to the mountains. I really do hope that doesn't stop our trip to the mountains. That would be devastating. Yeah, but I don't know, mate. I just we kind of play it. We play it by ear here. Larry, am I pronouncing your name? Well, you can't tell me if I'm pronouncing it right, can you? Cornelia. I'm also retired and collecting my pension, investments and social security, which goes a long way here. Cooking is my passion. Is it cheap there then? I always imagine the Caribbean has been very expensive, just because the holidays and that are expensive over there. What's the cost of living like? I mean, I'd have to Google that. I mean, I imagine it's cheaper than the States, obviously. Oh, depending on what state you're living in. But are the prices low? What's the lifestyle like? I imagine, I've never been, it's quite laid back. Kayla's fine. She can do what she wants. You're the one making all the distractions. Cooking is your passion. That's a good job you're a chef then. Bet you can get some lovely fish over there, can't you? I have images of like red snapper grilled on the beach. Adam Fenton, been here in Phnom Penh for a couple of days so far, so I'm exploring more of the city during the day. I saw a motorbike accident. Thankfully, everyone was okay. Yeah, motorcycle accidents are not nice things to see, I must admit. I particularly over here, because you seem to come off and no one lifts a hand to help you. I mean, they don't. I mean, Ellen says because they don't know about putting people in recovery position and things. But either way, you'll just see someone just lying in a pool of blood, looking a terrible mess, and you have loads of people just standing around staring at them. No one seems to help. It's a strange country like that. But I'm glad they were okay. Ricky, Jackstar, I grew up where? Hertfordshire, small world. Yeah, I know where. Didn't go up there, but I know where. Jackstar, what? And get the generator. Yeah, that's a point. Why you shake your head no?
However, you're not generator.
Well, he can drive us back.
Not expecting him more. I'm not going to help him.
Oh, you're not going to help him anymore. You won't help him until the next time. He wants something. You should have helped him last time. That's why I don't want to go up these. I don't want to meet these people that have angered me over the last couple of years. Because I'll have to bite my tongue. I'll have to be nice. I'll have to be polite. God, it's going to be boring. But and again, I cannot be selfish. I've got to think of my love, how I make her happy, and keep Ellen happy at the same time. It's like I'm a funny guy. The look she gave me then. Jim Pendergrass, meeting the family would make a great vlog. Yes, I could accuse him on camera. Yes. Why have you not brought the generator down? Why did you lie? Why did you leave us waiting for 3 hours on the boulevard that time you were just around the corner? Yeah, that would be good. Why do you think it's acceptable to turn up late for everything, but then moan if she's more than 10 seconds late? Meeting a family and make a great vlog. Yeah. I'd have a sit down with all of them. That would be fun. So keep pushing this idea because I get it into her head. I'm going to do a vlog. She won't want me to go. She'll suddenly make an excuse. It's like she's shaking her head now. I'll be honest. Who lives in a house like this? Wow, fabulous. Jackstar, Ricky, really? Wow, just bought a farm there. Good little town, by the way. I tell you what, I said before, I've been to Ware many times when I lived in Harlow. I got my tattoos done, most of my tattoos done in Ware. Can't remember the name of the tattooist. But I find it hard to picture the place now. Really do. I remember the train station, getting out there. I know it was like an ornate place. It's like a very picturesque place, but I do struggle. Think about it the other day. Strange how my memory's gone. Certain places I've lived in, I can remember vividly. Certain places I've visited, I can remember vividly. A lot of places like Ware and very vague. Hitchin's another one. I was based at Henlow for a while. I used to go out in Hitchin most nights. But I find it hard to try and picture myself up on the high street now. It's strange how you lose things. Ricky Jackstar, that's very nice. Following footsteps of Jeremy Clarkson. Is that where he is? In where is it? Is that actually a farm you bought, Jack, or a barn? I thought it was like a barn. You've actually bought a farm. You got like land. You wear your barber and your you got your tractor and your green wellies and that. Yeah, I'd like to picture you like that, mate. Tim Murray, I remember refereeing a football match in 1983. A player collapsed and died on the pitch. I had to abandon the match. He worked for a large pharmaceutical company. The trouble, Tim, I admire your sense of humour, mate. But because you tell like jokes, I always read that. I'm expecting the punchline at the end of it. I'm waiting to get the punchline, but there was no punchline there, was there? Well, that's a shame. Poor guy. There you are. A game you will not forget. So you were a referee in 1983. For some reason, Tim, I thought we were around the same age. But if you're a referee in 1983, you've clearly got a few years on me because I would only have been 12 then. Larry Fullinair, it's cheaper than the US, but not cheaper than Southeast Asia. My cost of living is about 2,100 a month. Yes, the fish is plentiful here, by the way. You've pronounced my name correctly. I also own my home. I'm glad I got the name right, mate. That's good. That's good. I thought I was probably butchering that. Well, it sounds like life is going very well for you, mate. I'm very happy for you. Adam Fente, I watched a vlog from the old house. This house is a huge upgrade from a rooster perspective. But decision was getting out of that rooster house. Best decision. Yeah, no, mate, this place is a lot quieter. I have not heard I'd say I have not heard a rooster since we've been here. But when we were putting up the cables the other day, I didn't hear a rooster then. But when I played it back on the video, I could hear roosters. This microphone on this phone is very strange, the stuff it picks up on, because you can hear a rooster if you watch that bit when we were putting the cables up. And I couldn't hear when we were doing it. Whether I've become oblivious to them, I've become deaf to them, I do not know. But yeah, surprising. Because there are some roosters down here, down there. I've never heard them, but I've seen them a couple of streets down. But they don't come down. For some reason, they come down this street. Our two dogs and the dogs across the road are straight on them when they chase them off. So they never come down here. And the amazing thing is they can fly. I've seen the dogs go from a couple of times. I'm trying to get the dogs back, and they'll fly under the roofs of the houses, these chickens, to get away. So they can fly a bit. But yeah, we're really happy that we got out of that place. I was quite happy there. I didn't realise I wasn't happy until we moved here, if that makes sense. Tim Murray, I'm 65. I'm surprised by that, Tim. You're clearly a young 65 in the way you talk and things. I thought you were younger than that for some reason. There we go. When did you stop the old refereeing? Right, well, I'm probably going to knock it on the head now, chaps, because it is... I'm glad Glenn's back, by the way. Did anyone see Glenn was in the comments the other day? That was a good thing. I was starting to worry about Glenn. I was going to message him, but then he popped up. So that is good. I'm very glad. Just said I'm about to knock it on the head, and suddenly the views start going down, so I will knock it on the head. But thanks for joining, Larry. It's very nice to welcome someone new to the chat. I'm glad your life's going well. Jackstar, thank you so much for the incredibly generous super chat. Very grateful, mate. Always am. Really looking forward to you coming, mate. It's going to be a lot of fun when you get here. I can promise you that. We will, yeah. Dumagetti is what you make of it, and we will certainly make something of it. Larry Fournier, I also raise chickens, so I'm accustomed to roosters at waking me up. Yeah, they're noisy though. My parents have got a small farm in Wales, and they've got a rooster, but they've only got the one, Cosmo. He doesn't make a lot of noise, you know. But then again, he's got a lot of women. I suppose the ones over here, they're trying to find dates and that. But he will cock-a-doodle do in the morning, and he'll cock-a-doodle do in the evening. But he doesn't like, make noise all the time like they do over here constantly. Adam Fente, dinner time for me. Enjoyed the live. Good night all. Well, don't go without telling us what you're going to go on Panda. You never told us what you're going to order with Panda. I'll hang on for that. Yeah, thanks again, Jack, mate. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a fantastic time with your eldest. Jim, I'm not sure if you're still there, but if you are, all the best to Nora. I hope you have a good time, whatever you're doing this week. Tim, thanks for joining us again. Oh, the Archers. Hey, Simon, at work in the middle of the night, a homeless woman breaks in by smashing a window, and I go into the space and she's sleeping. Cops and dogs, I'll catch you next live. Wow, that is a yeah, I'm sorry that's happened to you, mate. Best of luck with that. Adam Fente, Indian food at chicken tikka. I hope that's a chicken tikka masala. I do like a bit of chicken tikka, but it's a bit boring just the chicken tikka. You've got to have some kind of a sauce for that. Chicken tikka starter and a chicken tikka masala. Madras hot with a vegetable file on the side. Now you're talking. Maybe a bit of Bombay aloo. Who else have I got to say goodbye to? I'm not sure if Ricky's still there. Thanks for joining us, Ricky. Said my bit to Jack. I'm not sure if Jack's still there. Adam's gone already. Global always he kind of slides in and slides out, so I'm not sure if Greg's still there. I think I've mentioned everyone. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to knock it on the head now, chaps. Thank you for joining us on this impromptu live chat. It was a lot of fun. It's cured me of my cabin fever. Hopefully we're going to get out tomorrow. I hope the weather will have improved by then. What ideally I would like is a couple of nice days of weather and a terrible, awful storm at the weekend. That would suit me just down to the ground. So it's impossible to leave Dumagetti on Saturday and Sunday. That would be fantastic. Larry Fournier, true regarding the Roosters. Thank you for your time. See you on the next live, Simon. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody. If you like the video, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, it would be fantastic if you did. But whether you do or whether you don't, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe. Be lucky.